guys, welcome to the Homestead. Today we're going to watch this video over on X, and before I get started on all of that real quick, I'm going to be in Marshfield, Missouri at the OZARK Homesteading Expo. There's going to be a whole bunch of great speakers there. Joel Salatin will be there. A lot of people who've been doing this for a lot of years who you can learn from. I hope you'll take the time and get out there at the OZARK Homesteading Expo in Marshfield, Missouri. It's coming up in just like a week or so. So if you want more information, you can go to anamericanhomestead.com, go to the events tab up at the top of the page, and then scroll down and see there's a link right there you can click on and get all the information you'd ever want to know about the Marshfield, Missouri OZARK Homesteading Expo. I'll hope to see you out there in just about a week. It's going to be a fantastic time. Okay, real quick, I posted on X the other day, or just today actually, talking about, hey, listen, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't remember. Mine's a blur. Can you hear the rain coming down? The rain's like, it's coming down pretty good today. Can you hear that? I posted on X, I said, listen, everyone's worried about these people who are going to round you up one day and put you in camps. Have you ever heard people who are paranoid talk about how one day they're going to round everybody up and put them in camps? The reality is, their genius is if you're in the city right now, you're already in the camp. You're already there. You're in the camp. So this video was posted over on X just the other day, and the comment section is hilarious. It's about a woman who lives in the state of Illinois. That's your first red flag. And she lives in a town in the state of Illinois. That's your second red flag. So she's upset because the city or wherever town she lives in or whatever is coming back and they're tearing down her garden. And the comment section is pretty much filled with what you'd expect. A whole bunch of people saying this is what the Second Amendment's for. This is why we need to start stacking bodies. These politicians don't, fear us and all that stuff. And part of me is like, yeah, I kind of see that. If someone came out to my place and said, hey, we're going to start destroying your garden because we don't like it there, I think I would probably have to have something to say about that. And what I would be speaking with would be a 7.62 by 39 carbine. But the other part of me is like, you live in Illinois, in a town in Illinois. I used to say Illinois because I grew up in St. Louis and everyone called it Illinois. And then a lot of you people in the comment section completely went off on me and said, no, it's Illinois. There's no S. It's silent. Okay. I didn't know that, but I know it now. So I'll try my best to say Illinois. But you're living in the communist state of Illinois and within a town within the communist state of Illinois. So watch the video. I'll post it over at X. The link will be down below. You can watch the entire video. The entire video is 3.5 minutes long. Let's take a look at some of this video.
So they're now coming in and they're taking out all of my plants. I'm guessing all of my beds. Everything is getting decimated. My entire garden will probably be gone. The sunflowers are down. If anybody would like some, please feel free to come and get some. The archway is apparently in the way. I've never received any kind of notice that the right-of-way was a problem. They said right-of-way. I didn't know what right-of-way meant. So I asked for clarification. I did not receive that. And now they're coming in and they're destroying about $3,000 worth of plants and garden.
Okay, so the woman is clearly distraught, and rightfully so. She spent an awful lot of work on that garden. It looks beautiful. She did a fantastic job. However, there's some things that I've noticed there. Number one, again, you're living in Illinois. Number two, you're living in town. Number three, you're living in a city where there are rules to, where your property begins and ends. That's something to pay attention to. And it's clear those power lines are going right over her garden. And those power lines, you cannot, even here, excuse me, even here where I live, if you have power lines going through your property, you have to give an easement to the county. You don't get, that's one of the reasons why we don't have power lines going on our property. We're off grid. And so I don't have to worry about that. But if you have power lines going across, she's clearly got plants growing underneath that power lines going both ways. And so, yeah, you have to understand when you live in a place like that, not everything you think is yours, or even though you might even own the property, you still have to let an easement go to where workers can have access, underneath that area on, and a wide berth on either side of that area as well. I don't know why they say that she needs to remove the archway in her front porch, like she said. Maybe there's something else there. I'm not sure. I don't know. But clearly, it makes you very upset that this woman spent a lot of work, and she obviously eats from this garden. And then at the same time, it makes you very upset that the city's taking it away. But the city is the city, and why are you living there? Listen, guys, we live in a place where government encroachment and Karen encroachment is a real thing, and people do it, and it is what it is living in this world today. So what are you going to do about it? Get out. That's what you can do to get out. And another thing that I'm seeing here, kind of related to this, is the amount of property taxes people, you go to the store and you spend all this money and you're seeing the rise of prices on everything. Like right now, I'm paying about $6 a gallon for distilled white vinegar. $6 for distilled. Just a few years ago, I was paying like 97 cents. The prices are going up everywhere. Now, put yourself out of your shoes and put yourselves into the shoes of one of these cities, one of these municipalities, one of these townships. Understand they have utilities and services that they have to provide. They have to maintain roads. They have to maintain all these different things, and all these different things that they provide for services for their community. There's equipment costs, there's vehicle costs, there's fuel costs, there's all these costs, parts costs, replacement, repair, all these things. And all of those prices on all of those things keep going up as well. Thus, where are they going to get the money for it? They're going to raise your property taxes. Everyone talks about inflation in terms of the grocery store, but no one really thinks about the terms of inflation when it comes to property taxes. And people who are living in places like this woman are... You hear that thunder? It's like... Did you hear that? We're getting some good rain. My water tanks, because we are off grid, my water tanks are being filled today. So I'm having it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But we are definitely getting some rain and some thunder. My point being is that all of those costs are going up for everyone everywhere, including the townships and the cities and the municipalities. They're all having to raise costs, and they're all raising property taxes. And some people are finding themselves that they can't even afford the property taxes on their home anymore, which is why you see a lot of these politicians, some of them, who are saying, hey, we need to end property taxes. If you do that, a lot of these services are going to end. And that's fine in my opinion. In my opinion, that's fine. I don't have any of those services. I don't have fire. I don't have road clear. I mean, everything's dirt road out here. So it's like, I don't have any of that. And I don't want any of that. That's why I live here. I can do things on my own. And I understand there's things I might miss out on by living out here for those things. But at the same time, it's like, if you take those things away, you're going to have to learn to live without some of the things you might be used to. But you may have less of what this woman's experiencing, and having all of these, the city come in and needing access. See, if power goes out, they don't need access to your power lines anymore. Now you can plant your sunflowers. What do you think? Again, this video can make you very angry, but it can also make you understand a little bit why you shouldn't be living in some of these places, especially in a small town inside the town in Illinois. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Go watch the video. The link is in the description below. You can watch the entire 3.5-minute video. Also, you should be following me on X if you aren't already. I really appreciate that. Real quick, listen, summer's drawing to a close. We're getting these rains, the burr months, the September, October, November. The burr months are coming. And so that's going to mean an end to some of the things that are growing out there that you can make tinctures from. If you subscribe to my Patreon account, patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead, you can subscribe and get for free these herbal extract books. If you bought these on Amazon, the last time I saw these, they were like $500 a piece. I've seen them for as much as $1,000 or more, $2,000 sometimes, in fact. If you join my Patreon, you get this for as little as $1 a month. Join for as little as $1 a month, and you get access to these books that are very expensive. They're written over 100 years ago. These include colored photos and all kinds of information of herbals that you can tincture that are probably growing right in your backyard. Right, this is my medicine cabinet, guys. This right here is my medicine cabinet. You can get both books over at Patreon. Download them. I would give them away for free, but I got to pay for server costs. So you get them for as little as $1 a month. $1 a month. If you join at higher levels, I really appreciate that. Get these books today over at patreon.com/American Homestead. The link are in the description below. Also, at the Marshfield event, I will have the Perfect Pickler stuff for sale. So I hope you guys can check me out there. I'm going to be there. I'll be speaking first thing Friday morning at that event. It's like 8:30 in the morning. I'll be speaking on how to prepare your homestead for collapse. How to prepare your homestead for collapse. Because look at the world we're living in right now, folks. It's coming. You better get ready. All right, guys. Man. Don't grow sunflowers under a power line. Just don't do that. All right, guys. See you next time at the Homestead. Bye. Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.